Yo, what's good, y'all? I appreciate everybody tapped in. I appreciate everybody who subscribed. It went from like 30 subscribers to like 60. And I'm pretty sure everybody's still subscribing from the AK live stream as well as the people who come across this channel. But the next thing that I'm going to talk about is going to be a video about the incident that happened at the embassy. Now, what happened at the embassy? A lot of people are seeming to forget that somebody was shot during the peak of the beef. During the peak of the beef, somebody had got shot. It was apparently a security guard who got shot, and that was set on critical condition. Now, my whole thing about that is, what happened to the security guard? What happened to the condition that he is in currently? Now, I was looking online, and I couldn't find updates. And I kind of had to check the Canadian news because it happened in Canada, happened in Toronto. But from what I'm aware of, the last thing that we heard about the victim of the crime, the security guard, that he was in condition. We didn't ever see a picture of somebody. We didn't ever see somebody take a picture with Drake saying that they're okay. We never got we never got an interview from the victim. We never got an interview from anybody. It was just an apparent shooting, and some of the people who were there to report on it had interviewed the crime scene investigators, and it seems like they're being very vague. It doesn't seem like they want to give up too much information, which is obviously a thing that they do. They don't want to start speculating in front of the news. But it was strange, and I'm gonna play some of the clips right now.
This morning at about 2 a.m., police were called to a shooting at the residence behind me here. When officers arrived, they located a male who was suffering from an apparent gunshot wound. That male was taken to hospital in serious condition. That person was working apparently as a security guard at the residence. He was standing outside of the gates in front of the residence when the shooting occurred. We have individuals who obviously performed the shooting who were seen in a vehicle. I do not have a description of the vehicle or the suspects at this time. Again, it's very early on in the investigation. I cannot speak to a motive at this time because it's so early, but as we get information, we will share it with you. Anyone with information is asked to call 416-808-2510 or Crime Stoppers. You can expect to see an increased presence in this neighborhood for the next little while, but it's no different than any other shooting or firearm discharge. We'll have officers here looking for witnesses to come forward, as well as we canvassing for video. I'll now take a few questions. I cannot confirm if Drake was home at the time the incident occurred, but I can tell you that we are in contact with his team and they are cooperating.
To what extent is the rat beef between Drake and Kendrick Lamar part of the investigation focus?
So I am aware of what you're talking about, but it is so early in the investigation that we don't have a motive at this time, and so I cannot comment further on that.
While the motive may not be confirmed, if that is something that you're looking at, knowing that this beef crosses borders into the U.S., is there anything being done in the investigation to maybe prevent a potential suspect from leaving Canada?
So this is no different than any other investigation, okay? Like, it's maybe more high profile because there's more people here, but we treat it like any other incident. So we'll be using all our resources. Our teams will be doing as much as they can to investigate this, but it'll be no different than any other investigation at this time.
The man who was shot still in serious condition. Have you been able to talk to him? Has he not been able to give you a suspect description? And how is there no video yet of the car that fled?
So I can tell you that all I'm going to say about the victim is that he's still in the hospital in serious condition. And I'm not going to just. No, I'm not going to at this time.
This is obviously a very well-to-do neighborhood. There's likely a lot of video around. Have you guys begun your canvassing? Do you expect to get a good amount of video involved with this?
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said suspects plural. Can you say, are we talking 2, 3, or more?
No idea at this time.
And would you characterize this as a drive-by shooting, or more specifically, a stop and open fire?
I'm not going to get into specifics about the investigation at this time, just that a vehicle was involved and then fled the scene.
With law enforcement elsewhere, like Los Angeles, in the United States?
That will be part of our investigation, but again, we're very early on.
How did the 911 call come in? Who made it?
I don't have that information.
Was this security guard alone, or were there other security guards here too?
I don't have that information.
In the incident, did it look like the security guard was the target? Were they trying to get past him?
Don't know at this time.
You said you have video capturing the incident?
Yes.
The actual shooting?
Yes.
And you can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope, not at this time.
Because you don't want to release it?
No, because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? So we, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
You mentioned that the shooting occurred outside the gates, but there are markers inside near a garage, and there's an area cordoned off there. Would shell casings have gone that far? Why would that be?
I haven't even walked up to the scene, so I can't comment. Oh, thank you.
Do we know how many shots were fired?
No, that's going to be part of the investigation. Can't comment at this time. Thank you very much.
Can you just
Gang related?
And we still haven't found out if Drake was actually there during the time of the shooting, which I would like to believe, in my opinion, allegedly. I like to say, just for clarification, that he was there. I like to say that he was there, that Drake was there during the time of the shooting. But what we're also forgetting in the same breath is that there was a man who tried to charge into the embassy around the same time. Matter of fact, in the same week, days apart from the shooting. So there was multiple incidences that happened during the peak of the beef. Obviously, the bigger one being that somebody had gotten shot, but there was somebody else, like another man, who they had to stop. This time they arrested a man, and it took kind of like the heat off of the shooting away from the security guard. But I can't help but to think that this is something that was so big, Drake's house getting shot up, and this is just something that's vaguely being talked about and is fading away in the public eye. We could talk about Not Like Us all day. We could talk about the rabbit hole that Kendrick had left for us with Ebony Prince and Drake. But what people fail to mention, and even sometimes I forget about, is that Drake had a shootout at the embassy. Now I'm going to roll a couple of clips and I'm going to let y'all see what the crime scene investigators were saying during that time.
I would be surprised if we didn't. I can say that we've already collected some video evidence which captures the incident.
You said you have video capturing the incident?
Yes.
The actual shooting?
Yes.
You can't give us a description of the vehicle?
Nope, not at this time.
You don't want to release it?
No, because we're dealing with video quality issues, correct? We, as we have information and we're able to analyze video better, then we'll be able to provide more information.
Now, the one thing that gets me about this clip is that he's taking questions from everybody, and then he says that I'm sure there is video footage. Then somebody asks him another question about the vehicle or what type of vehicle it was, and they say, you can't give us a name of a vehicle or what type of vehicle that it could be. And he says, we're having some discrepancies with identifying the vehicle. But in a recent question just before that, he said, I'm sure we have video footage. I wouldn't be surprised. Like, if he's saying that, I'm sure we do, but saying like, I haven't seen any, or almost alluding to the fact that he hasn't seen any. But then the next few questions that he gets, he's saying, oh, well, we saw a car. I just can't point out what car it is in a video that we had seen on security footage. So which one is it? Are you sure that you saw a car? Or did you not see any footage at all? Like, which one is it? Did you see footage or did you not? That's kind of like what I was getting from that whole interview that they did with the crime scene investigator. I'm not too sure why he was just being real vague. Obviously, he doesn't want to like expose too much information. But they didn't even tell us the name of the person who got shot. They didn't even tell us the name of the person, of the security guard. They didn't tell us anything. They didn't tell us the name of the security guard. They didn't tell us. And a week had passed and there was another article, and they said that they still haven't found they still haven't found the people that had shot at the embassy, and they still haven't gotten word or any update. But then we still haven't gotten an update on who the victim was, who the security guard was, who is the security guard. I'm still looking up video and articles right now to see if I could find anything that happened to the security guard. Never heard of the security guard after that incident happened. And they said critical condition. That means like he was probably fighting for his life to stay alive. And we can't even get his name. But this is a really high profile case. And it has to be super big if they don't want to name drop the victim. I'm pretty sure if they did, it would be numerous people trying to get in contact with this person. So I'm assuming they're trying to keep it on the down low. But it is strange though how they are trying to keep this all under wraps, trying to make sure that nobody knows what happened except the police in Toronto. So a lot of people in the interview, they started asking him if it could have been somebody in LA, if it could have been somebody from the United States, and he would just say like he doesn't know and he can't give out any further information. I don't think it was somebody in LA, but there was that speculation that it could have been somebody from the Weekends camp, but we can't even prove that either. It's just a whole bunch of what if right now and hearsay. And obviously this is a time during like the peak of the beef, bro. So I'm pretty sure that there's people that are involved that they've told not to say anything. I'm pretty sure the police and Drake's camp are telling people not to say a fucking word. And I'm pretty sure there's people that do know what's going on and do know the victim. And I'm surprised, bro. I'm really surprised. Like it's crazy how somebody could get shot, be put in critical condition, and their mother and their father or their family isn't even speaking out. Like it almost feels like either the police told them to be quiet or Drake's camp told them to be quiet. Like, did they make them sign a form? Did they pay them off? Did they tell them that this is the line of duty that he chose to work for and he signed an NDA when he worked here? Like, I don't understand the details of the incident and the security guard's occupation to know if he had to stay quiet if he were to work as a private security guard for Drake. But I'll keep looking to see if I could find anything. But right now, these are the only things that I could find. And I'm hoping that sooner or later we could hear this person's story if they are okay. But prayers to that guy. You know, I'm pretty sure this wouldn't happen if Drake didn't speak on the family, Crody. I'm pretty sure that this guy, whoever he is, pretty sure he's not going to work for Drake anymore. I mean, I know I wouldn't. But shit, man. Y'all tell me how y'all feel, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think in the comments. You know, if you have an opinion on what's going on, you know, just go ahead and add it there and get back to us, man. Peace.